You have a new product idea, but you are currently staring at a blank screen. The immediate instinct is to open a design app or start writing code because generating pixels feels like progress. Testing a concept effectively requires you to leave the computer behind. You need to transition from a digital workspace to a physical one, using tactile, low-fidelity tools to see if your idea actually functions. Over the next 6 minutes, we will walk through the specific steps to turn your abstract thought into a testable physical prototype. To follow along, gather blank paper, markers, scissors, and a stack of index cards. Once you have these supplies, close your laptop. This method follows the core logic of design thinking. As shown in this illustration, the process takes a scattered collection of inputs and assumptions and funnels them into a single human-centered focus. A stack of paper exposes the physical reality of how a person interacts with your ideas. This low-fidelity approach generates actionable data that a polished digital product often masks with its clean interface. Step 1. Write down the specific problem you believe your product solves. Your next task is to verify that this problem exists for an actual user. Consider this medical facility. Administrators analyzed no-show data and concluded the primary problem was missed appointments. They planned to fix this with more reminder letters. But when they interviewed a patient named Mary, they discovered the actual issue was crippling anxiety. Her condition made navigating this massive campus, with its multiple entrances and long walking distances, an overwhelming logistical challenge. The hospital's internal data framed the problem as lost revenue and inefficient clinical schedules. Mary's experience framed the problem as a combination of daunting physical logistics and socio-emotional stress. This is empathy. In design thinking, empathy is the rigorous process of discovering the user's truth before you commit to a specific solution. Solving the wrong problem perfectly still results in a failed product. Establishing human-centric empathy is a mandatory requirement before you begin building. Now that you have verified the problem, set a timer for 5 minutes and perform a rapid brain dump onto a blank page. Use sketchnoting to get ideas down. Combine crude doodles and symbols with keywords to map your thoughts. Aesthetics do not matter right now. Focus on speed. Contextualize your idea by sketching a narrative flowchart. Show exactly where your product fits into a user's daily routine, such as their morning commute or the time right before bed. This rapid visualization prevents you from committing too early to your first idea. It forces you to see overlooked use cases and hidden flaws in your initial concept. Step 3 is the low-res build. If you are designing an app, use your index cards to represent separate screens. If you are designing a physical tool, use folded paper and rubber bands to simulate its dimensions. Fidelity investments use this approach to solve a difficult challenge, motivating younger generations to save money for the long-term future. Through prototyping, Fidelity found that complex digital charts and jargon were less effective than tangible, nostalgic symbols of banking. They eventually redesigned parts of their website using the imagery of a 1970s bank savings passbook. A paper sketch provides a specific psychological advantage. When users see a polished digital mock-up, they often hold back their criticism. If you hand them a sketch made of office supplies, they feel comfortable providing honest, unfiltered feedback. Using basic office supplies creates a specific environment for testing. Users point out flaws more freely when they can see the design is still in its early, malleable stages. Step 4. Place your paper prototype in front of a person and give them a single task, such as, show me how you would check your balance. During this test, you must remain silent. You are not allowed to defend your design or explain how a feature is supposed to work. If the user gets stuck, your only allowed response is to ask why and write down their answer. Observe their physical instincts. Pay attention to where they tap or swipe. They may ignore your drawn buttons and press a completely blank corner of the paper. User testing isolates the specific ways your product breaks. Identifying these failure points now ensures your final digital product is built on a foundation of verified behavior. Review your notes and the physical wear and tear on the paper cards. This feedback tells you exactly where the user experience is failing. You have moved from an abstract thought to a data-backed blueprint. This single index card, now covered in corrections and sticky notes, represents a verified path forward for your product. The flaws you discovered during this paper test are a major victory. Identifying these errors in 10 minutes saves you from weeks of expensive digital development. Use this feedback to grab fresh carts and build version 2.0. Once a user can navigate your paper prototype flawlessly, you have earned the right to open your laptop and start the digital build.